Spencer Ross with One Step Forward, and I hope you've been good. What's another attribute of a leader that we need to have? Flexibility. Whether it's being flexible, seeing something and adjusting to it, whatever you want to call it, flexibility, being flexible is very important. Sometimes a plan doesn't work. Sometimes your clicker doesn't work. Today I tried it, it was working great. So I'm using it. All right, cool. As a leader of yourself, a leader of a family, a leader of an organization, a leader of a team, wherever you find yourself, are you being flexible? When someone comes to you with a complaint, when someone comes to you with a problem, are you listening to the problem, hearing their side of the story, asking some questions as appropriate, maybe talking to some other people, and then making a decision? Sometimes, yeah, a knee-jerk reaction is appropriate, right? Um, for example, I went to church today. There was some yelling during the service. Myself and another mom went out to check on it. Well, a little kid was broken his arm and he was excited to show everyone his cast. Okay, so there's nothing going on. A simple thing. And I went back to service. No rush, no big deal, right? But it could have been. I've been in service one time and a person collapsed. We had to call the paramedics. How does that apply to you? Well, in life, you will have things that come up. You will have things that you'll make a plan. Maybe it's to mow the lawn and everything goes right. And then the next day, your kid, your son, brings you this little black thing. I'm like, Dad, what's this? Well, that's a sprinkler. The top of a sprinkler, the inside of it. Where did you find that? Oh, I found it in the backyard. So now you got to go check the sprinklers, and yep, one of them's broken. That's not a fun, flexible thing. Maybe you get a raise that's unexpected. So now you get to plan a little bit differently for retirement. You get to plan a little bit differently for that vacation that you've been thinking about. You get to plan a little bit differently for the food budget for the week and for the month. Okay, how else can you be flexible? There's lots of different things that fall into this. So one of my goals in doing this program was to help people be better leaders, help them have a better understanding of what it means to be a leader, and just to pick out some key words that I think are important and to discuss those. My goal was to do one video a week for the month, so that's 4 videos. Well, I have one thing on 1 week in a month, so that kind of eliminates that weekend. I could do a video before that, but that was really stressing me out, so I decided to cut back and to do 3 videos a month. Well, I got a new job. Time has changed. Time dynamics have changed. So my goal now is to do 2 videos a month. Trying to make sure I'm not stressing myself out. I still got time for me. I still got time for meditation. I still got time for family. I still got time for friends. I still have time for some of the things that I need to do. There's chores, there's cooking, there's meal prep, whatever it may be. Those are some of the things, the responsibilities that I have. This new job is great, but some time has changed. So I need to adjust my schedule to accommodate that. I don't always have to have a schedule, but it's nice to have a schedule so I can try to accomplish the most amount of things. I have a project that I'm working on. I've given myself a deadline for Tuesday. Not going to make that schedule. I got a little sick last week. I was in a cold space. I didn't have a jacket. So I got a little sick, so it set me back. That's okay. It's a timeline that I've set for myself. I can adjust that. What's another timeline? A timeline to be more mature. That's a hard one. That's a hard measurement as well. It's hard to measure some of these things sometimes. But am I going to older men and older women and asking for advice? Am I talking to them, hey, I've got this idea. Well, Spencer, have you considered this? Oh, I didn't consider that. All right. Do you have any advice on that? I know a guy, he will tell you the options and then he'll say, okay, what are you thinking about? Okay, We'll call him Bob. Okay, Mr. Bob, do you have any advice? This is your life. You have to lead it. Okay, but all three options seem equally bad. Do you have a preference? It's your life. What would you do in my situation? You have to make your decision. And then there's other people who will give you, I would do option A. I think that's the least bad one. Okay. Everyone has a different style. Everyone has a little bit different upbringing. Everyone, even in the same family. I have many brothers, but I grew up with two. I have a twin brother and an older brother. We have different experiences. We saw things differently. Mom might have done something and I might have taken it one way and Tim might have taken it another way and Tuck might have taken it a different way. And then Dad might have taken it a totally different way. And Mom might have had a totally different thought process of what was going on, and you could have very many opinions on something. There's a saying, a picture's 1,000 words. When you're making a plan, when you're making a schedule, when you are trying to improve yourself, are you allowing for those 1,000 different variations? You might think of a painting. You might think of a resume or a loan application. Awesome. The person who is taking that presentation from you, whether it's a picture of a painting or a photograph or a resume or whatever it is, maybe you're cooking a dish, maybe it's a flower, there's a sidestep. There's a person who doesn't like purple flowers. So if you give them a purple flower for Mother's Day, they are not going to prefer that over another color. There's another person that you're presenting this to. If you're presenting it to yourself, are you being a little bit critical of yourself? So that you aren't just blindly going out saying, hey, cool, I saw an ad that this is the new thing. All right, does it match my budget? Does it match what I'm trying to accomplish? Does it match what my lifestyle is? And then maybe it matches all those things and you go out to purchase that item and someone tells you, hey, that company has different beliefs than we do. Oh, okay. To change isn't bad. If you're about to drive off a cliff, May is Suicide Mental Health Awareness Month. If you're about to drive off a cliff and you don't know it, is it wise to see the person waving on the side of the road saying, stop, the bridge is out? Or is it pertinent to keep driving forward? Are there bad people in the world who will give you bad advice? Yes, there are. And some of that comes with getting older and having experiences. And as much as I hate saying that, it's true. Sometimes it's just an experience and you know it when it happens. But are you adjusting when it does? When you go and do something and you find out what you did was wrong because you didn't know, or you knew it was wrong before you did it, are you doing it again? That's up to you. You're the leader of your life. I'm the leader of my life. We're doing the best job we can. We're greeting people. We're being cheerful. We're not dumping our baggage, whether positive or negative, on other people, right? Someone told me some bad news today. I was having a really good morning. I'm still having a good morning. But I was talking to him, man, the morning got a little shine off of it. Because it was hard. He's going through something rough. All right? Am I adjusting my conversation with him, or am I just being super positive and cheerful about it? No, it's bad. As a leader, am I being flexible? Am I adjusting my presentation? Am I adjusting my thought process? Am I adjusting whatever I'm doing with new information, with my audience, with how I feel in my body, right? I'm going for a run, my knee starts to hurt, so maybe I slow down, or maybe I make sure I'm running straight. Whatever it is, are we being flexible? Are we being the best leader we can be so that, one, we can lead well for ourselves, but two, we can lead and mentor those around us. Spencer Ross is one step forward, and I hope you have a great week making those little adjustments.